Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. If this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I really hope you consider in doing so. This will help my channel grow. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching this video from. And with all of that being said, let's get started. Okay, so I have a short video here for you. And this is pretty much just how I created my Christmas books. I have made some already, and I also made a book for Halloween. So this is almost something similar like the way I made that one, but this is just going to be for Christmas. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so I have some styrofoam, and this is just like from that comes from packages. I save them, if they're flat and big enough, I'll just go ahead and save them. Sometimes they're a little bit too thin, but that's okay, because you can always glue them together and then cut them to the size that you need. Now, because this styrofoam is about half of an inch, I want to wrap it in plastic wrap, and this is going to prevent it from bending or curving. And all I'm doing here is just using the plastic wrap, wrapping it up. And then as you can see there, like that extra, you can cut it off if you like. That's totally up to you. Now that's going to be the back side. And I'm going to be using a piece of adhesive foam sheet. If you don't have adhesive, you can just use the regular foam sheet. You're just going to have to use glue to glue it down. And then here I'm just showing you that this small, I got us the small size that it came like 40 sheets, and I believe I got them from Michael's. I think Hobby Lobby also shares, I mean, not shares them, but also sells them. So this is the only piece of green that I have because, I did a book a couple of weeks ago, and this was the piece that was left, but that's okay if it doesn't cover the entire back, because since I am going to be lapping over or covering up the rest of it with clay, it's not really going to be showing. So all I want to do here is just measure it, and then I'm going to go right ahead and add that. Because the the foam sheet has adhesive on it. I don't have to worry about adding any glue to it. So that's fine. As you can see, there's a pair of scissors. And then what I'm going to do is just cut the edges so it won't be pointy. So when I add my clay, it won't poke through it, if that makes any sense. So as you can see, that's all I'm doing, just cutting it like in the curves so it won't be pointy. And I'm going to do that to both of the foam sheets. Now what I'm going to do is just share with you how I cover one, because the way I'm going to do one is the exact same way I'm going to do the other. So now I'm going to get my clay. I want to make sure that I condition it well. I want to make sure that there's no bubbles in there. And all I'm doing here is just making sure that that is rolled out and that is not too thin. And in order for that to prevent it from being too thin, I make sure that whenever I use my rolling pins, that they have the rings with those bands that you see there at the end. And this is going to help you from not rolling it out too thin. If you do not have any bands that like the rubber bands or whatever you call those that go on the roller pin, you can also use perhaps like two sticks on each side and just use that as a guide. But there's just an option there if you want to do that. I've seen others that they'll use like what do you call those sticks, like the stir stick for paint, when you buy a gallon of paint and they just, or a pint of paint, and they use these stir sticks. They, you can use that too. You can just grab a couple of them, stack them up, and then just glue them together. Make sure that they're both the same amount of glue sticks, not glue sticks, but those stir sticks. I don't really don't know what they're called, but they're made out of wood anyway. And then you can use that also as a guide. And here all I'm doing is just cutting my edges, trying to you know make it less for me to cut. When I flip it over, you can use a pair of scissors, which is usually what I do. I just flip it over, lap it over, and then I will go in with my scissors and just trim off whatever extra excess is on there of clay. But for whatever reason, I just chose to use that other piece of tool there that is called, I believe, is icing something. I don't remember. Anyways, so as you see here, I'm not using any glue because the clay is extremely soft and it's going to hold on its own. This is optional. You can use glue if you don't trust it, and but it'll hold, as you can see. And then this is the glue that you can use, which is this tacky glue, and you can just add it in the inside when you lap over your clay onto your foam sheet. And as you saw there, you don't see the white part, so that's why it didn't matter to me if it was just a small little strip, because again, the clay is covering it up. So again, whatever I'm doing to the red book, I'm going to be doing to the white book. So now that I have my books ready, I am going to start adding my pages to it. For this, I'm going to make sure that I know the size, the length of the book that I'm going to be using, that I'm going to be covering up. So it's just going to be those three sides there that you saw me measured. And then I am going to just roll out a piece of white clay. Again, whenever you roll out your clay, make sure that there's no bubbles or any type of lines, because this will prevent it from cracking or having any dents or what have you. So once I cut my strip out, then I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to clean out the edges. And here again, no glue, because the clay is soft, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I'm just going to wrap it around. As you can see, this is extremely easy, guys. You don't really have to do, I mean, anyway, a child can do this too. Just make sure that you wash them, when it comes to cutting the foam, because you don't want them to get cut. So you want to make sure that you do that for them. But then here, all I'm doing is just pressing it down, and then I'm going in with my scissors and I'm cutting the back side of it, not the top side. So you want, whenever you lay your clay, you want to make sure that it's a little bit lower, and then just go in and just trim off any extra clay. So once I finish trimming off my clay, then I'm going to go back in with my tool. If you don't have one of these, I guess they're called icing spreaders. I can't remember this tool right here. For the life of me, I don't know why I can't remember right now. But anyways, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to use that and then I'm just going to be making like marks, which is going to be mimicking the lines, like pages. If you don't have a tool like this, you can use a knife. And anything that has a flat surface, even the ruler that you saw me use there in the beginning, that I got that from the Dollar Tree, you can use that as well, just to make the lines, and that's going to be mimicking the pages for my book. So now I just, in the back, I want to add like a little cute border, and the border there in the beginning of the video, you saw that I got a silicone mold, and I think I got it from, here's the mold that I went ahead and I use oil to oil up my mold there, and then just added the glue, I mean not the glue but the clay, and then just pulled it out. Really easy. It's easy when you use baby oil, rather than just use nothing. I mean, if you don't have baby oil, then I've seen others use cooking oil or olive oil, but the silicone mold, I believe I got that. I don't think I got it from Amazon. I think it came from Temu. But what I will look for it, and then I'll just add it to the not the comments, but in the description box there for you. So now I'm just going to use a small little paintbrush, and I believe it's the number 4. And then I'm just going to paint my border there, the color gold. And this is actually a metallic paint, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. Michael carries it too, and I believe they're coming back with their 50% coupon, but don't quote me on that because I did hear someone else mention it. I just personally have not seen that 50% coupon. But you can use that when you go and you purchase it, because it's kind of pricey, and I also know that Hobby Lobby also has it, but they never do discounts. They don't have coupons for that, at least not that I've seen it. So yeah, so here they are. They're all done and ready. Again, this was extremely easy to do. And yeah, all you want to do is also just let it dry overnight, before you handle it. You can stack one on top of the other or do it separately, whatever is your decision and whatever you like. So here is a closer look for you. As you can see, this were the ones that I previously made. I really hope you enjoy this video, my friends, because this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. And if you're not following me, I hope you consider and subscribing to my channel. So until the next time, stay safe, be kind. Bye.